Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to your Witchy Wednesday reading. So we're going to take a look and see what is your witchy magical manifestation vibe currently. So just take what resonates for you, get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks that I'll be using here will be listed down below, as well as this Orgonite here, which is called the Trust Your Vibes Orgonite, created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So let's get into it. So the first deck that we're going to tap into is called the Modern Wiccan Spellbook deck. So it's comprised of both light and shadow witches. So let's see what energy is coming up for us at the moment. What is our special message? All right, let's see. Okay, you guys, we have a Shadow Witch number 5. So obviously 5s have a lot to do with challenges as well as changes. You can see that full moon in the background, and so I do feel like it is connected to the current full moon in Taurus lunar eclipse. Now it says the Ditch Witch. So I do read out of the book because there's a lot of great information here that I don't want to miss. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. It says the Ditch Witch shows that by aiming onward and upward into the clear, you can rise above any swamping situation. Those who are causing you problems will become a great help to you in the future, aiding your escape from a particular ditch. You will meet supportive new friends with whom you share a similar outlook. Your spirits will be exuberantly lifted, so you will enjoy happy, carefree, lighthearted, and frivolous fun. So that's really cool. So basically what I'm seeing with this is that if you guys have been experiencing some challenges or just feel like you're in a like you're in a ditch, like you're stuck, something is about ready to change. That's why I feel like it's coming through with that number 5. Some of you guys may also have done some sort of a ritual or some sort of manifestation work during this full moon. And what I'm getting here is whatever you've put out there into the universe, whatever energy you've conjured up, there's going to be some positive changes. Now, other people could also be coming into your life, or just people around you are coming to your aid to kind of help pull you out of a situation. So definitely be open to other people that want to help you, or even collaborating with people, because sometimes suffering by yourself or doing things alone, sometimes when we connect with other people by either working with them, collaborating with them, or just hanging out with them, we don't feel so alone. We don't feel so challenged. We almost, that burden lifts. And so we are being asked, if we are feeling kind of low vibrational, like we're in a freaking ditch, like life just sucks right now, really rely on other people around you to basically help aid you, or to maybe even give you some sort of a fresh, different perspective. So isolation might not be a good idea right now. It's actually dampening your energy rather than uplifting you. So that is what we're seeing here so far. So I really like that message, because I personally feel like I'm a little bit in a ditch, and I've been isolating for quite some time, and I kind of feel like, you know what, it's time for me to come back out of my little shell. So anyways, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know here. This is called the Witching Hour deck. So let's just go ahead and see what else we need to know. The Witching Hour energy. What do we got? We have the Snow Moon take root. That's really cool, because obviously that rooted energy is very much about being grounded, our feet planted on the earth, right? Things taking root, things taking shape, etc. So I feel like something does want to grow, and something does want to shift, and something wants to change right now in our lives. So if we've been waiting for something to happen, I feel like we're going to start seeing some activity around us, and some things start to shift and change. It could even be that some of your guys' social circles are starting to shift and change too, but I am getting here it's going to be shifting for the better. All right, this is called the Witch's Tarot. Let's see what else we need to know about some of these changes or things starting to take shape or root. We have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is boredom, The Four of Cups is dissatisfaction, and the Four of Cups can also be a rejection. So what I'm getting, you guys, is that if in the past certain things didn't happen or certain things didn't take shape, it could be because it simply just wasn't meant for you. Maybe certain people that you tried to connect with or certain things that you tried to do, it just didn't work out, but it didn't work out for a reason. So allow this energy to just kind of fade out so that way you can bring forth the new, okay? So new connections and new things are taking shape, but we don't want to hold on to what wasn't working. So that would definitely dampen our energy. Ooh, Knight of Cups, love it. There's offers on the horizon, you guys. Knight of Cups is connected to Pisces. So there could be a Pisces person that you meet, a Pisces of significance, or the energy of Pisces is just very spiritual and psychic. So I feel like maybe you'll meet someone who you connect with on a spiritual level, on a very deep level. You'll almost feel like there's a soul connection between the two of you. It can be romantic for some of you, or it could just be a friend. But whoever this is that's coming into your life, it's going to be more up your alley. You're going to better connect with this individual rather than an individual that you weren't really on the same page with before. So something is coming to replace this old situation. And then we have Karma's energy, which is judgment. So oh my gosh, you guys, look, that's like the eclipse energy right there. Holy smokes. So yes, a karmic cycle. It was either a karmic lesson, person, or cycle that needed to clear. And so a lot of you guys, I feel, have eclipsed some energy or person out. You're done with the situation. You're done with the chapter. And you're opening yourself up to a new phase, especially if it is something to do with love or just more loving offers or offers that are deeper, that you're going to connect with people on a more authentic level. So this could be friends too. Let's just say you just weren't really feeling authentic connections. You're kind of phasing that situation or those types of situations or people out so you can open yourself up to new territories that are going to just resonate with your soul in a much deeper way than you were connecting before. So definitely be open to new offers and closing out old cycles that just weren't really doing it for you. They weren't doing it for you for a reason, because that just means you were meant to learn something. Something wasn't for you anyways. Time to move on. You're eclipsing something out. And I feel like that just confirmed it right there. Karma, karmic cycle, done. You're good. On to the next offer, because this one, you don't need to convince people to care about you. You don't have to convince people of anything. People either know what they want, they feel a certain way, or they don't. You don't have to convince anybody of shit. So anyways, if you've been fighting to get someone's attention or fighting to make something work and it just simply isn't, I'm getting here, give it up. Close out this cycle. Go towards something new, because there's something else out there better for you. That's it. Okay. New groups, new friends, a new partner, new something. Loving that vibe, you guys. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. This is called the Magic of You deck. What else do we need to know? Oh my gosh, you guys, look, you see? Liberation, number 13, death. Look at the key word, free yourself. So literally right now, it is all about liberation. It is all about letting something go that's not serving you. And it's something that's dead. It's as in something is over. This cycle has been closed, or the karma or the lesson has been served or reached. So the longer that we try to hang around, the longer that we try to hold on to a situation, as you can see, you can get wrapped up and never let go. You can continue to stay stuck in any situation. You have the free will, of course, to do just that. So we're being reminded to let go of dead things, cut off the dead weight so we can start to grow, which is why that rooted energy came through. Let's grow with new roots. And we have euphoria, honor yourself. And I like that message too, because were we not honoring ourselves before? Were we settling for crap? Were we settling for less than we deserved? Again, were we chasing someone, or were we trying to sell someone on us, but they just weren't having it? We shouldn't have to do that. We absolutely shouldn't have to do that. Now, that euphoria energy means that maybe we felt really kind of like high on someone. Sometimes you meet people and you just feel a certain way. It's like you get this hit of euphoria. But sometimes, you guys, there's certain things that do make you feel euphoric that aren't good for you. So it's like, at what point, are you willing to, like, to the detriment of your own well-being, just to get this hit of euphoria, to spend your time slumming it with people or situations that really aren't good for you? So yeah, as good as something might have made you feel in a moment, it was only temporary. It was like a temporary high. And you deserve to just feel kind of like solid and just good. Sometimes that euphoric energy, like extreme highs, there's going to be an extreme low. Trying to find that middle energy. That's where you want to cruise, right? That's where you want to cruise. And that's when you're also going to be more level-headed and more grounded with people and situations, when you're not getting caught up or fixated on, the high of situations or life. And when you find yourself kind of getting euphoric around people or getting euphoric in situations, it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy those sensations. But like anything, you guys, too much of a good thing is sometimes not good, as in you're going to end up getting way too intoxicated, and then you're going to get trapped, and then you're going to get stuck. So I feel like some of us may have been addicted to people or things, and we are now liberating ourselves and freeing ourselves and honoring our well-being and our own mental health by clearing these things out of our lives, because we realize that it's not good for us in the long run. It's actually doing more damage than good. So that looks very empowering to me. So we're clearing some things out of our energy field. Ooh, look, guys, sacrifice. What can you let go of? Well, hey, I already feel like you guys already feel like it's a sacrifice to have to let this thing or this person or this feeling go. You've got to do it. And I just feel that this is this huge letting go that has taken place this eclipse. You have finally you've made too many sacrifices for too long for the wrong things or the wrong people, and you're done doing it because it's all been at the detriment of your own well-being, and you're not doing it anymore. So you're closing up this cycle of feeding a situation where you're not getting anything back. Look at her. She's like, she's trying to talk to this boy, and he's just not having it. He's looking away from her. He has his arms crossed. He's blocked to the situation. He might even be looking at other things as in, well, this isn't good enough. You're not what I'm looking for. There's something else better. The grass is greener on the other side. Again, we shouldn't have to convince people of our worth. They either see it or they don't. So if they can't see it or don't want to see it, then we have to do ourselves a favor and go and basically stop begging and go towards people that want to partake in that cup. So gather around your sisters or your brothers, gather around the people in a group for support. That's why this witch came through. Lean on your support system, lean on your friends, lean on your community to get you through these challenges and these changes and maybe a little bit of this dark time. Eventually, you're going to be able to feel free from this karmic cycle or karma, and you're going to go off to bigger and better things. Oh, it's so beautiful. So if you guys have been feeling kind of jammed up in your frequency, I just feel like it's because there's something in it or something that you're hanging on to that's really not serving your highest good anymore. Maybe it did at one time, but it's not anymore, actually. Okay, so this right here is called the Witch's Wisdom cards. Ooh, we have the Alchemist Herbal Kitchen. So some of you guys are learning more about herbs. I get so excited. I mean, there's so many things to learn about, so many things, crystals and herbs and, just everything. But one thing that I get really excited about is when I start doing research on different herbs and their properties and what they do and their magical abilities and things like that. So we have the alchemist, and the alchemist is about creation. The alchemist is a very magical energy. So I feel like some of you guys might be guided at this time to, maybe take an herbalism class, like Herbalism 101, or maybe just going into your kitchen and opening up your spice cabinet and realizing that you don't have to go off to, the new age store and spend a bunch of money on all of these herbs. You can start working with the basics and just utilizing what you have on hand to create something. I mean, really at the end of the day, we don't even need these items to create. You're the alchemist within your own right, within your own energy. But the thing is, sometimes it's fun to use these things. It's a focal point. It's fun to put concoctions together. It's fun to put jars together. It's fun to do these types of things. So I feel like if you guys feel guided right now to learn a little bit more about herbs, or just, how you can create certain things that you have on hand, you don't have to complicate it. It's really very simple. Start to work with what you have and just have fun, because that's really what the point is. If you're not having fun, then the energy is all wrong to begin with. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's a message for some of you guys that want to learn a little bit more about alchemy. And also this is about cooking as well. So I forget I think it's called The Witch's Cookery on YouTube. I think that's who she's called. So cool. I love watching her stuff. Like, she does all these magical things in her kitchen. She'll make a pie and she'll inscribe a little sigil into the dough, and she just makes everything magical. So it truly, to me, is like an inspirational channel. If you want to live a more magical life, there you go. So it's things that you can do just in the kitchen where you're at every single day preparing food, and you can make it very magical. You can also do things with your coffee in the morning if you drink coffee, by using certain herbs and things to add to your food, just to give it more of a magical vibe. So I feel like Spirit's just telling us here is that we can practice being alchemists on a daily basis, just with the little things that we do. It makes a difference. I love that message. Okay, now we have ritual. So ritual, sometimes people, are just on their own. They're able to manifest just by visualizing. That's great. That doesn't work for everybody. Sometimes people actually like to participate in a ritual. They like to light candles. They like to use certain herbs. They like to do certain things, say certain prayers, things like that. So if you guys are feeling guided to learn a little bit more about ritual, or even creating your own ritual, one thing that I love to do is I like to see other rituals, like in books, just to kind of inspire me, get those creative juices flowing. Gives me a lot of great ideas. And then what I do is then I add in my own stuff, or I just completely make it my own. And it just makes it that much more magical and powerful and special for me. So if you guys feel like, oh my gosh, I have no idea where to begin, look some things up online. Let it inspire you in order to create your own ritual. Because the more that you make it your own, the more magical it is for you. It's powerful for you. And what you're doing is you're invoking, basically, that's what that invocation is about. You're invoking the energies of the spirit. You're opening up the portal of all of these energies and spirit to assist you to manifest your desires, to get that law of attraction working, etc. So I love that. What else? Oh, we have witch's hat. I love it. I have so many witch's hats, you guys. So I actually, and this, I'm just going to say it because it just reminds me of this. I just did a video on my Home Sweet Halloween channel and on TikTok. I think I put it on Instagram too. And I said, if you guys want to take your, if you guys like spooky and you want to take like the spooky vibes or the spooky energy or even Halloween into Christmas, I said, how do you make a Christmas tree witchy or Halloween tree? Take a witch's hat and put it on top instead of a star, and that's exactly what I did. So if you guys haven't seen my witchy tree yet, it is my main tree now in my house for Christmas. I always have like one big one, and then I have like little small theme trees throughout the house. But my main tree this year is in our living room, and it's a witchy tree. So definitely go check it out. My TikTok and Instagram Home Sweet Halloween handle is actually in the description box, so be sure to check it out. But just putting on that witch's hat, it's not that the witch's hat has power, but it's all in the way that things make you feel, right? It's all in the way things make you feel. It's kind of like in the movie Practical Magic, how she takes, the detective's badge, and she says it's not necessarily the star that's protecting you. It's because the energy or the intention or what you believe, you believe it. That's what gives it power, right? So what you believe in gives things power. So if there's certain things that give you power or inspire you or to help you to feel more powerful, then do those things, wear those things, keep those things in your home. It's all adding to your power. And in whatever you believe in, you give that power for sure. So this is also a reminder to us that if you don't want to give something power, it doesn't mean that, shitty things don't happen sometimes, but really try to disengage from thinking about something over and over and over again, or, oh my gosh. And I've fallen into this too, you guys, where it's just like this person, they're so narcissistic, they're doing this, they're doing that. It seems like they never get their karma, blah, 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 blah. That's giving me that power to that person, that they're untouchable and that they'll never have any consequences in this life. So that's not a good place to be, even if this person does continue to get away with freaking murder, which it seems like they are, even still after like freaking 12 or 13 years. Being in that energy is just feeding that for you. It's feeding that bitterness. It's feeding that rage. So why not focus on things that are empowering to you? Try not to focus on things that are just taking you down and causing you to feel like total crap or like a victim or weak. Try instead to shift that energy into a more empowering focus. So that's just my 2 cents on that. So whatever you decide to put in your energy or put on for the day, so like your thinking cap, wherever your mental space is, whatever your thoughts are for the day, that's going to either empower you or disempower you. So pay attention to what's happening in your life under what energy or headspace you're in for the day. And you'll start to, by trial and error, realize, you know what? I don't want to be in this energy, or I'm not going to try to create during this time that I feel like this. If we get very hormonal, that might not be a good time to do certain things. We learn by our energy what's powerful and what's not powerful. Okay? So I feel like it's Spirit's way of saying, let's pay attention to the energy for sure. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and see what else. Let's take a look at divination. Let's see what divination Spirit is suggesting that maybe we look more into or practice. This right here is called Divination of the Ancients deck. All right, so we have Ornithmancy. Omen. So this right here, what I would do, or what I would suggest, is maybe Googling that and seeing all the different things that are connected to it. But the energy that's coming through is omen, things to come, right? Good omen, bad omen, right? And I just feel like that's saying something to what we just talked about with the power. So prophecy, basically, if we expect the worst and we expect that everything will always be shit, that we'll get the shit into the stick, it's almost like we're creating that omen for ourselves. Now, that doesn't mean that bad things aren't going to happen sometimes. Sometimes things happen and it's beyond our control. But a lot of things are under our power and control. A lot of things have to do with what you believe. So if you believe in a bad omen, you believe like you're looking outside of the window and it's always a cloudy day, that technically is a form of divination. You're looking at a situation and saying it's doom and gloom, it will never change. Well, guess what? It will never change. That's the prediction that's being made. Or you can look out of the window and see a different picture. Then things will start to shift and change eventually to more of a pleasurable picture. So the magic is within us. That's what I'm getting with that message. The magic is within us. Oh, we have tarot. Okay, so when you're feeling low vibe, when you're not feeling like you're in a good headspace, don't do tarot. Okay. A lot of people will tell you that already. Don't do tarot. I don't actually do tarot for myself. It's very rare. I might do it for like an exercise here or there, or if I'm connecting with ancestors and stuff, but I don't do tarot cards to predict any future or to even ask about what's going on with other people. That's just me. And the reason why is because I have a lot of expectation of what I want to hear. So I'm going to influence the cards by probably doing that tarot reading myself. So when you're looking for guidance, you guys, what I'm getting here is that it might be good to practice tarot, but maybe not to abuse it and looking into a situation every single day. Because to me, this is like making sure that you're in the right energy, making sure that your energy is clear. So if you're sad and you're feeling depressed, or if you're feeling desperate or filled with anxiety, not a good time to do tarot. Okay. But I do feel like some of you guys are being shown this card because a lot of you guys are wanting to get more into tarot. You're wanting to learn more about tarot so that way perhaps you can become a tarot reader for other people to help guide other people as well. So I think that that is a beautiful thing too. And then we have dreams, incubation. So write down your dreams. That is also a form of divination. Things that are coming to you, write them down. Even if it seems like it doesn't make sense or it's not really that important, I'm getting here that the more that you start keeping a dream journal, you're going to start realizing that there's a lot of prophecies and there's a lot of omens that are actually coming through your dreams. So pay attention because it's popping up. So let's get some tarot cards on all of those things. Let's get some tarot on that. So clear the energy before you do any kind of tarot stuff and pay attention to your dreams. Okay, so we have the Empress. Love this energy. The Empress here is creation. The Empress is also divine feminine. So some of you guys are coming into your roles as divine feminine. You're wanting to use your tools, your psychic gifts to help guide other people, to bring forth prophecy for other people, to make sense of things that might be confusing. I see dreams connected to the moon, and moon is kind of confusing. We're not exactly sure what things mean. So I do feel like a lot of you guys are kind of stepping more into a role of learning these gifts that you have and utilizing them in a way to where you can help and guide other people. But what I'm also getting with this kind of shadowy energy that I'm picking up on over here is that sometimes these spiritual gifts, if you're not careful, can start to affect your energy in a negative way. It'll start to tear you down. It will start to cause you then to take on or absorb other people's issues, problems, and energy. So this is about making sure that you're giving yourself time to rest, that you're taking a time out. So if you do a lot of services for people, really try not to book services back to back or try to cram everything that you need to do in 1 day or 2 days. Really give yourself some time. Even if you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to be too overbooked. So I want to make sure that everyone has a good time frame for their readings, but it's at the detriment to your own well-being. I'm getting here, you owe it to yourself to take care of yourself, because if your energy isn't clear and you're feeling really exhausted, you're not actually going to be able to properly help or tap in or guide anybody because your energy levels are down or even compromised. So I feel like some of you guys are stepping into, and see on the bottom with the High Priestess. Yeah, psychics. There's something that you guys are doing here. Psychic readings, could even be mediumship. It could even be working with energy, Reiki. You guys are learning something about yourself, but you guys are also being asked to take care of yourselves at the same time. All right, what else do we need to know? Yeah, Two of Swords energy is about being stuck. So some of you guys also, what I'm seeing too, is that you don't have the confidence right now to think that you can do this. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that if you guys don't feel confident, it's not just as simple as feel confident. and then snap your fingers and you feel confident. If you guys need to learn something, or if you guys need to feel like having a certification or something behind your belt is going to help you be a better healer or help you be a better guide to people, then look into those courses. Do what you need to do in order to study. Do what you need to do in order to feel good about the services that you're providing, okay? And this also is about, if you feel heavy or if you feel stuck right now, it could be just as simply as learning tools on how to protect your energy, because the energy of other people could actually be causing you to feel like you're not on the right path, when really you might be on the right path. It just might be that you don't know how to properly take care of yourself while you're doing this, if that makes sense. This is about learning healthier boundaries, or even saying no. Maybe saying no to a workload, or maybe trying not to please everyone by saying yes, 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 but then, it's at the detriment to your own self or health. Temperance, see, that's the message for sure. Okay, this is about balance. Temperance is about having one foot in the water and one foot on earth. So you can do the spiritual work, you guys, you can. You can also have your day job and do this on the side, is what Spirit's saying too. You don't have to fully immerse yourself and do this only. Like right now, I'm craving doing this, but also perhaps putting myself back out into the work world. I'm kind of contemplating that right now. I'm looking at my resources, my certifications and just, certain things like that, kind of who I am in the world right now, what I'm feeling, where I want to grow, things like that. So you can do both, is what Spirit is saying here. And maybe some of you guys want to transition completely to just doing a spiritual practice. That works too. Or some of you guys want to just go back to the work field instead of running your own business. That's fine too. I just feel like there's some sort of balance here that needs to take place in order to kind of push us into the direction that's best for us. And everybody's best for us or best for you is individual. So not everything's going to be cookie cutter. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get some more messages. So this deck here is called I think it's called the Green Witch Oracle. Okay, so we have chilies, stimulation. Ooh, I like this. So if some of you guys, I feel like this could go both ways. Whatever you're doing right now, whether you have your own business or are involved in spirituality in some way, or if you're in the 9 to 5 kind of grind, there's a lack of stimulation. We've got to figure out what gives us purpose, what stimulates us, what makes us feel like we're on fire, okay? What makes us feel passionate in life. We got to figure out what that is, and we got to start taking action steps towards that. So if you feel like you're slowly just dying and withering away, and you just feel like you're just not satisfied or not happy in situations anymore, you got to figure out something to change that situation around. So let's get a tarot card for some advice on that one. Oh, you got to walk away from something. Wow. 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups, you can see all those cups, they're stacked out, right? But she's walking away from it. So it might even be that something is, like you have a job, it pays well, but you're just kind of like, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not happy. So it's all about you and what you want to, like the kind of life that you want to live, right? So if you want to feel like you just are happy to be alive and just feel full of passion and just energy, whatever is draining you of that, you do have to pay attention to that. And it might require you to walk away from something that's pretty solid in order for you to actually just feel more stimulated in life. And it might even just be that whatever you're doing right now, even if it's not financially rewarding, maybe it's just not doing it for you anymore. And you're just like, there's got to be something else beyond what I've built. I'm ready to move on into the next step. I feel like there's something else out there for me. Pay attention to that, because these chilies are reminding you that something like your fiery energy, like your fire or your flame could be dimmed right now or could be going out. So it's time for you to spice things up in your life and to do something that's going to be more rewarding for you. Ooh, I love that message. All right, so let's go ahead and go into this deck here, which is called Pure Magic. Ocean's Muse, Water's Wisdom, Intuition, Hermit's Light, Discovery. So this right here is about perhaps even spending time near a body of water. I kind of like this because she's by the water, right? Go to the water's edge, spend time maybe even at an aquarium if you don't live, you know, in a place where you're by the water's edge, or just even like use water. You know, if you have a bath or something, to use that water as a tool to connect with your higher self, or to connect with the muse of how you feel. Like, how do you really feel about something? Pay attention to how you feel, because I feel like that's a big thing. How you feel means something. Try not to discount how you feel, because it's trying to push you towards something, to discover something new or something that's on the horizon. So you're being beckoned to walk away from something or to go in another direction right now. And some of you guys might feel like, nah, that can't be it. But how many more times do we need to get signs that say it's time to move on? It's time to move forward into a different or new direction. 10 of Pentacles, beautiful. So the 10 of Pentacles is all about stability. It's about the future. It's about, you know, purchasing homes, maybe even being married, family, tradition, something like that. So maybe some of you guys right now are being pushed to spend more time with family, or to just be a little bit like slow down and be a little bit more traditional. Maybe some of you guys do crave more stability, and maybe sometimes doing your own business, especially during these times when things are just all over the place with the economy and stuff, it can be really stressful. It can be really, really difficult to feel like you're not going to lose your mind when you're not making money or making sales or whatever. I can totally attest to that. It's very stressful. And sometimes, like I said, I just long to have more of that stability instead of worrying about finances all the time, because that can sometimes kill your muse, you know? So anyways, that's my point. My point is, some of you guys might be craving just a little bit more of a stable life or a stable situation. And so I feel like this is something that is kind of beckoning you to move into that direction, or if you want to move into a direction of doing something that is going to be more like a long term. So if you feel like you want to go back to school, or you want to obtain that degree because in the long run it's really going to pay off, I feel like you guys should pay attention to those things. We have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is about taking shortcuts. And I just feel like, you know, sometimes we do have to work hard. Sometimes we have to just, you know, buckle down and make certain decisions that we might not want to make. But sometimes we have to do things in order to feel better, or in order to just feel like we're not, you know, dying inside. Wow, a Three of Swords. Dang. Well, if there's a situation in your life that's breaking your heart, that's causing you a lot of stress, you are being asked to walk away from it and go into an entirely different direction. So that could be work, that could be a marriage, that can be a friendship, a relationship, something. But whatever it is, I feel like we are meant to discover more. We're meant to walk away and experience something different. And you can do it with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is just reminding you that you do have what it takes to survive. You do have what it takes to be determined and to hang in there, to change anything and to make anything happen. So let's go ahead and see what is manifesting for us in the future. Now that we know that we are eclipsing something out and even walking away from things that don't serve us. What does the future hold? What is the energy here of the future? Who are we in the future? What energy are we experiencing because of these changes that we're making? So I'm going to go ahead and take a card from every single deck here. So these are the things to come. Communication, okay? So I feel like we are speaking our truth. We're speaking clearly. We're communicating clearly. Oh, look, the key is within your grasp, doable. So what I feel like this is saying to us is that now we're communicating our truth. We are being authentic to who we truly are. So guess what? Everything becomes doable. The keys are there. We can open up doors. These things that we want are within our grasp. We're taking control. We're taking our power back. So I feel like if you guys have been giving your power over to something, you're taking it back. So it's showing in the future that there's this shift. There's a shift taking place. Ooh. I love it. Autumn right now. So this can actually happen right now. So I know it's not autumn everywhere, but I'm just getting here for current time. That's current time here. This right here is the perfect season. So this particular moon and this season is the right time for you to take back your power so you can start to turn new keys in new doors and open up new doors in your life. So that's amazing energy to me. Love it. And we have runes, perception. Yeah, your perception has changed, okay? So before you may have felt stuck, before you may have felt like you're never going to get out of a situation, you're never going to be able to change a situation, but because you've changed some aspect of just the way that you've been going about your daily routine or the way that you've been thinking about a situation, it's almost like now the future is changing. Now your circumstances are starting to change and shift, and you're seeing that, okay? It says the watchtower, like now you're able, like you're looking and you're seeing these changes. Oh, see, you're attracting what you want now. Pansies. Love it. So you are attracting what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, okay? And it has something to do with your thoughts. The way that you're thinking, your perception of things has shifted, has changed. So it's kind of like with the season, you're letting go. Winter, so between autumn and winter, it's like something is shifting, something is happening here. Mirror magic, lunar light. Again, the lunar energy, the lunar eclipse is huge. I feel like this lunar eclipse, there was a mirror that you really put up to yourself. And you really looked at this. You took the time to reflect. You looked at your past. You looked at the way that you've lived your life so far. And you're realizing, you know what? I want to take care of myself. I deserve to be happy. I need to make changes. Number 5. I need to make changes. And the only one that's going to change things is me. The world is not going to miraculously change on my behalf. I can change. I'm going to make these changes and I'm going to make the difference right there. So things are changing. It's like we are now kind of like taking the mirror and instead of looking at ourselves, we're reflecting it back at other people. So we're only interested in connecting with people or doing things that are authentic and that are of the same vibration as us. We're no longer shortchanging ourselves. So anything that was disempowering you, anybody that you were trying to convince of anything, you're not doing that anymore. No, you've taken back your power. You've shifted big time. Oh yeah, look at that. 6 of Wands. Fantastic. This is all about victory, baby, with a wreath. Victory, success. And wreaths, I feel, are connected to Christmas or winter. So for me, I'm getting here this autumn to like Yule energy here, like autumn, winter. There's all these changes that have taken place. So by winter, it's like you're really feeling like you're back on the horse. You're really feeling like you are moving towards victory and success. The things that you're attracting are much better, and they're bringing forth much more happiness for you instead of all of that other stuff. Oh yeah, and now you're the Queen of Pentacles. Knowing that you're a queen, knowing that you deserve things, knowing your own value, and that also attracts people recognizing your value as well. Last message. Yep, 10 of Wands, letting go of the burdens, letting go of heavy energy. So you're shifting out of old cycles and you're entering into new ones. Much more valuable energy here that's ahead for you guys. So I feel like the overall message in this reading is that you're letting go of your need to change people, and you are embracing instead yourself. And by doing this, you're naturally attracting in things or situations or people that are going to be more in alignment with who you authentically are. So that includes walking away from unhappy jobs, unhappy positions, doing something that you hate, and going towards something that you love instead. So that looks really good to me, you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed those messages. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys want your own personalized version of this reading, I am available for readings here. And I'll put a link down below of the kinds of readings that you guys could get that have this similar vibe. So anyways, thanks a lot, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.